Welcome into Layton Christian Academy for KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week as we are ready to kick off the basketball season here in the state of Utah. The Lone Peak Knights on the road to take on the Layton Christian Academy Eagles. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Excited to bring you our season opener here on KSLSports.com. We'll get into these two matchups as the game progresses. Lone Peak in their road blacks and Layton Christian in the home whites as we are set to tip off here. New coaching staff for Lone Peak. Coach Izzy Engel coming over from Tippview High School in his first year here for the Knights. And new look, have a lot of new faces here for Lone Peak as the opening tip controlled by the Knights. And they have the opening possession. I want to remind you, the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late, as we do our best to keep it synced here with the official clock in the stadium. As the first possession, a turnover for Lone Peak. It'll head back to the Eagles. We talk about new coach for Lone Peak. Got a lot of new contributors for Layton Christian. They returned just a couple players from last year, though. They were not significant contributors, as that opening three would not go, and an offensive board kept here by Layton Christian. Nice play inside. First points of the game going for the Eagles as they get it inside there to Omar Moafak, a senior out of Egypt. That's a great recognition from the top of the paint there. As a traveling violation will give it back. A couple early turnovers here for Lone Peak on the road. I mentioned this Layton Christian team. They play a national schedule. They play some in-state teams. They're going to spend a lot of time at tournaments playing teams from across the country. And what a job Coach Casey Stanley has done here at Layton Christian. Is that floater in the lane by Just Dalgard just rattled out for the senior. As Crew Fotheringham, he's one of the main returners off that Lone Peak crew from last year, double-digit scorer. And Crew, a 6'8" junior here for the Knights. He's had himself a great year last year, and excited to see what he's able to do this year. Is this ball thrown into the backcourt with Saxton Young? Young, another junior on this Lone Peak roster. Here's Cole Caton. Senior guard plays to Fotheringham. Crew on the drive. He'll have to play this back out. Nice job there. That three off the mark. Lone Peak thought maybe some contact there. No call coming. Played back up. Zabuta worked inside. Now they'll kick to the corner. Three on the way. Nicola's three, no. Offensive board. Eagles have a couple of them here in these opening minutes. The other corner, this three on line, just short, skipped across the rim, board controlled by the Knights. And now Lone Peak on the run. The floater up, and wouldn't go. Gets his own miss, little reverse here. That came off the rim. Couple good looks there for Logan Brimhall. The junior couldn't get those to go down. Layton Christian on the other end in a traveling violation. It'll head back to Lone Peak. First basketball game of the year, and usually feel like you got to get your legs a little bit. These two teams running here early. Fotheringham works to the corner. This three, no. And the rebound brought down by Moafak for Layton Christian. Baseline drive. This played over. That three wouldn't go, and the board brought down by Fotheringham. Little 15-footer. That's off the back of the rim. Good look there for the Knights. Dalgard sends over. Three on line and good. Morisevich there with the triple. That makes it 5-0 Layton Christian early. Crew, he'll try to answer. That three was long. Dalgard down the corner. Looking off that screen. 2-3 zone here by the Knights on the drive. Nice little shot there from Dalgard. So he's able to drive the lane. Float it up and in. Fotheringham. And a foul here, as you can see quickly that hand going up by Zabuda. He knew was there with the contact. Picked up second team foul on Layton Christian in this opening quarter. Young. Stingy man-to-man defense here by the Eagles at home. Here's Caton. Cole on the drive. Boy, nice patience there. Couldn't get a shot cleanly up. And now the Eagles running up the floor into the corner for the three. Ooh, just off the mark, and a loose ball foul will give this to Lone Peak. That foul called, I believe, on Morsevich, my apologies. Gonna ask for your patience with pronunciations. We got pregame pronunciations, but technology has failed us as it's changed a lot of what I put in. That auto-correct thing not helping with my pronunciation helps. As a three there won't go for Young. A loose ball picked up. That came off the front of the rim. Still being tapped around, and it will stay here with Lone Peak. Nice job by Jaden Hughes on the interior there. Wearing number 0 to try to keep that alive here for Lone Peak as we approach the 3-minute mark in this opening quarter. Lone Peak has had some looks. Young, his three, no. Dalgard playing up quickly. Oh, nice hands there by Fotheringham, able to knock it away. Prevent the shot there by Moa Falk, and it will be a baseline. Dalgard trapped in the corner. Gets it right back to the inbounder. Turnaround won't go, and the rebound to Broadhead. Nice play there to get it to Solarski. Broadhead, he lost it. Abdashev in the paint, but they'll take the open three. That won't go. Tracked down by Dalgard. He's been all over the floor here in this first quarter for Layton Christian. Lone Peak now trying to pressure the ball a little bit as we approach the 2-minute mark. Now Fox three won't go. Oh, looking to hand that off to Abdashev, and we'll have dual possession here. A little clock malfunction there. Our apologies. 2:06 left here in the opening quarter, and it will be Layton Christian here on the arrow baseline. Substitution for Lone Peak as Skylar Andreoli checking in for the Knights. Oh, Abdashev inside. Good ball movement there by Layton Christian. Trying to attack this aggressive zone and will do a nice job of finding the open space. The junior Roman Abdashev with the bucket. Fotheringham trying to find a lane, gets to the lane, and there's the first Lone Peak points of the night coming from Crew Fotheringham. Talking about his great season last year. Good to see Crew there. Recognize, hey, we got to get some offense going. Able to get right into the lane and score it. Here's a three on the other end. That is good. Nicola with the three for Layton Christian. It's a 10-point lead. On the drive, kicked baseline. In the lane, now trying to work around, left that short, got his own miss, trying to send it out, and that's picked off by Nicola. Eagles setting up offensively. 3 on the way, no, just short. Rebound goes to Fotheringham. That shot won't go. Able to be ripped away there by the Eagles. On the other end, contact, this ball trickling out. And that'll stop the clock with 33 seconds left. Lone Peak basketball. Talk about more substitutions here for Layton Christian as Isabayev, Morasovic, and Zabuda all checking in here for Coach Stanley. Here's Young. Shot clock turned off here for these final 20 seconds of the first quarter. Fotheringham trying to establish himself in the block. Couldn't get him there, or get the ball there, as Isabayev was there defending. Here's Young around the screen. He'll float it up off the glass and good. And the heave just wide. That will do it. Our opening quarter in the books, 12-4. Layton Christian leading Lone Peak. You're watching Lone Peak basketball on KSLSports.com. KSL Sports Rewind's game of the week. Apologies, had to get kind of technology set up there. Think we're good to go now. Start of our second quarter, 12-4, the advantage for Layton Christian. Lone Peak's had some good looks. Haven't been able to get them to go here early. This Layton Christian defense, it's been active, been in the face of Lone Peak in that opening quarter. The Knights try to get their rhythm going here. Here is Saxon Young. He'll take the 3. That shot just rattled out. And the loose ball captured by Solarski. Boy, that one jumped right on Zabuda, but kept here. Oh, what a spin move inside. Abdashev was ready for that ball to come his way. Crafty move in the paint. Trapped underneath. Hughes able to get it into the corner. As Logan Brimhall looking for some help here against Zabuda there defensively. Layton Christian, they are really active with their hands and their feet on the defensive end, but a foul called here. I think they had 3 team fouls in the first quarter, so nothing to be too concerned about here in the early going. As Lone Peak here going to come to the bench, Camden Broadhead, the 6'9 junior, going to check in for Coach Izzy Engel. Here's Fotheringham, mentioned one of the top scorers for Lone Peak last year as a sophomore, averaged over 13 a game for the Knights. Oh, what a move, gets down the lane, that wouldn't go, ripped away inside, the putback is good. Skylar Andrioli, the senior, with the offensive board and bucket there for the Knights. Here's Zabuda coming near side with Solarski. You see that trap coming. They'll come to the ball again. That's Hughes on the help, and it works. Broadhead wanted to go back out to Hughes, but tripped up. We'll get a foul called here on Layton Christian. Be the second team foul here in this second quarter. You know, in the old days, we would be saying that's the 5th team foul. But they've updated things, and I didn't like that at first. I've come around. Though I miss my old friend, the 1-and-1. Those were good times. Here's Young, near half court, being defended by Dalgard. Saxon keeping that dribble alive. Got the corner, goes to the rim, and it's blocked by Dalgard. What a recovery by Hughes Dalgard. Now on the other end, he'll work inside. Able to get the shot up, but is short. And a loose ball inside. We've got a foul called here on Lone Peak. This will be called on Andrioli, the senior. Oh, no. They called that on Layton Christian. My apologies. That was on Malafak there picking up the personal. Here's Young. Gives to Fotheringham, an offensive foul. Saxon Young wanting clarity, but official there saying offensive did not get set on that screen. I don't think Coach Engel loved that call, but not protesting that a ton. In the corner, that three off the mark. Young with the board, Lone Peak on the run. Has help with him. The lob for Hughes was just a touch behind him. And now the Eagles on the run. Other end, left hand finish up and good. Count it there on the take by Gabriel Solarski. As both teams getting out on the run. But it's Layton Christian capitalizing the lead back to 10 here. That deflected. Fotheringham trying to track it down. Could not get there as Layton Christian, the defense leading to offense. Nicola with the steal and the lay-in. And a timeout going to be taken by Lone Peak. This Layton Christian defense has really stymied the Knights here in the opening half. 5:04 to go. Timeout. We'll be back here on KSLSports.com. Welcome back. 5:04 left here. Opening half. Dane Stewart with you. Layton Christian leading Lone Peak 18-6. Mentioned first game of the year and new faces for each of these programs, albeit in different ways. Man, this Layton Christian team, they have been aggressive really through the duration. It's a great test for Lone Peak here early. Here's Fotheringham, picked up at half court by Isabayev. Try to feed that one right near the rim, and foul going to be called here. This will be the fourth team foul on Layton Christian. That's the last foul to give for the Eagles. So Lone Peak will be shooting free throws the rest of the way in this second quarter. As before the inbound, we'll have a brief discussion here. Fotheringham trying to free up room. There's not a lot of room to work, and he gets the bounce. Boy, tough shot there for Crew Fotheringham as Lone Peak will continue here. Show a little full court pressure. Oh, stolen away by Hughes. It's Lone Peak defense leading to offense. They'll continue with the full court here. Back-to-back buckets by the Knights. Like this move by Coach Engel, trying to help his defense get a little more aggressive. Worked up. Oh, and Fotheringham hard to the floor. Boy, Malafak took one to the head. Both players now on the floor, down and hurt. Well, good to see Omar's back up. He's going to come to the bench. Hope he's okay. Fotheringham able to get back to his feet here as well. And now the officials here are going to discuss. I think the question will be, Omar was kind of holding, still is holding that eye, or around that eye, I should say. Don't know if maybe a finger caught it or what. Trainer's going to look at him. Officials here discussing how they'll call that specific play. Fotheringham comes over. He's trying to make a basketball play. The patience there by Omar got him in the air, and both coaches here are going to come to the table. Probably get a pretty early indication of the direction this is going to be going because there's contact up high. I think if they deem it's not by a finger, if it's by an elbow or something else, it's probably going to be, I would guess, some form of intentional. That's pure skepticism. Looks like that'll be the case as they're going to clear the floor here. I said intentional, meant flagrant. So it will be 2 free throws here for Omar. As the first one good, he's got one more coming. They'll still have the basketball here as well. 4:15 to go in this first half. As the 2 free throws will make it a 10-point lead for Layton Christian. Off the inbound. Straight away, 3 on the way. Solarski, no, and foul inside. This is going to go on Omar. It'll be Lone Peak basketball. Actually, we're going to go take free throws. That is the 5th team foul. So I'll walk the length of the floor here. And it'll be Crew to the free throw line as Omar will have to head to the bench area. Abdishev ready to check in here for Layton Christian. As Fotheringham's first free throw, just able to drop in. Just 2 team fouls on Lone Peak in this second quarter, so they can still be fairly aggressive here defensively as Fotheringham goes 1 of 2 on his trip to the line. 9-point ball game as we approach the midway point here in this second quarter. Shot clock down to 12. Here's Dalgard off the screen. Abdishev rolling through the lane. Dalgard showed the shot. Will kick it out. 3-point shot is good. Matthias Morasevic with the 3. Boy, Lone Peak had good defense on that set. Matthias able to knock down a big-time 3. Makes it a 12-point lead. Fotheringham to answer. No. Rebound goes to Solarski. Eagles on the run. The lob inside. Abdishev couldn't handle it. A couple players there for Layton Christian. Lone Peak now on the push. Oh, nice defense. As you see Nicola kind of reach down there without fouling, disrupting the ball. And now Layton Christian back on offense. Abdishev inside. Lay it up and good. Broadhead for 3. That shot was off the front of the rim and 1 and done here as the rebound to Layton Christian. Substitutions at the table for Lone Peak at the next dead ball. Nicola works to Dalgard. He's got some room going up. That just came out. Broadhead able to rotate over and defend. Here's Young. Works to Fotheringham. His 3 off the front of the rim. And a loose ball foul here going to be called on Lone Peak. Talk about the shooting woes tonight by Lone Peak, and there have been several of those shots where they've been all night, they've just been short. Depth perception getting a little challenging here early. This is a different facility. I love coming here, by the way. It is unique. If you've not been to a game at Layton Christian, you need to come on up. It's a really cool gym. But it is one where it is very unique, and you don't see a lot like it. As a traveling violation here, going to give it back over to Lone Peak. Substitutions here for Layton Christian. Isabayev checking back in for Coach Stanley. Caton gives to Young. He'll try the three. That was short. And a loose ball foul here. Going to be called on Broadhead. Be the fourth team foul on Lone Peak. .145 to go here, first half. Last foul to give there for the Knights. Boy, what a take. Solarski, I didn't know that he was going to have enough room to get that shot off, but he just found a way to get right to the rim, up and over the D. Corner three is good there for Lone Peak. Logan Brimhall able to hit that tray, much needed for the Knights here. Solarski works back. Sabayev sends over Matias. His three is pure. The answer for Layton Christian. 16-point lead as we're inside a minute to go. Here's Young, quickly run up the floor and a foul given. Will send Saxon here to the line. The junior guard going to have a pair here for Lone Peak. As Nicola to the table here will check in for Layton Christian after this first free throw by Young is rattled out. One more here. That one good for Saxon. Here's Solarski. A foul here on that hedge is that's Broadhead was coming out. Whistled here for the contact, so it'll be a fair pair of free throws now for Gabe Solarski for Layton Christian. First one good. Sabayev checking back in here for Layton Christian. Not off the front of the rim, and a loose ball foul will walk down, take free throws at the other end now. This will be Fotheringham working his way to the free throw line. His crew good on the first, has one more. Talk about the season opener for both these two teams. They'll get a little bit of a break as they both will continue their season next week down at Pleasant Grove. The offensive board off the missed three. Or off the missed free throw. Caton tried the three. Now he's on the drive here, working through the lane. Passes over to Hughes. Off the window, wouldn't get the roll. Tapped wide for Dalgard. His shot clock turned off here for the final 21 seconds. 15-point lead here for Layton Christian. Dalgard inside 10, gives the clock a quick look, now looking to drive. Good defense there by Caton, worked inside. Solarski going up, no, tap won't go. Batted around, Young with it. The heave will be short, and that will do it. We are at halftime, 31-16, Layton Christian with the lead. You're watching Lone Peak Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. We've reached half here in Layton, Utah. Start our second half, 31-16, the advantage for Layton Christian here in the basketball season opener on the Rewind Sports Network. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Been a good game here early, a defensive battle, really by Layton Christian. Their D has been really difficult for Lone Peak to find consistent success against. And they've been able to take advantage on the offensive end as they work inside here. This is Omar trying to free up a little bit of space, and he does it. He's been great today inside for Coach Stanley. As they've opened up now a 17-point lead. I think this is the biggest lead of the game for Layton Christian. Jumped out early, had a 10-point lead. Late in that first is a three-point shot there. Baseline won't go. Tapped wide and brought down by Zabuda for Layton Christian. They've been great on the glass, too. A lot of one-and-dones for Lone Peak. Haven't been able to get a lot of second-chance opportunities. Omar inside again. That won't go. Sticks with it. Left it short. Third opportunity is up and scored. I mentioned this Layton Christian team playing a national schedule. They will play a lot of games against top teams from across the country, and they look like they are ready to go to battle. Young, nice little fake there. That shot off the front of the rim finds its way right over to Logan Brimhall for the putback. Layton Christian up the floor quickly. Omar on the drive, left-handed finish too strong. A follow there by Dalgard won't go. Lone Peak on the run, left-handed finish, foul, count the bucket. Cole Caton with the take through the lane, and he'll have an opportunity here for the three-point play for Lone Peak. Free throw good, three-point play there for Cole as Lone Peak right back into that full court pressure. They had some success with this late in the half. There's a turnover. Fotheringham able to get a hand on the basketball as Caton able to gather it. Three on the way from Young. No, just wouldn't go. Rebound is to Zabuda. And that one turned over on his take through the lane. Back to the Knights. On the other end, it's Saxon Young. Right to the lane and scoring. Deficit cut here to 12. Omar, he's been on a mission here in this second half. Good help, but Caton going to be called for the foul. Love the design there for Layton Christian. The head on a swivel there by Caton coming across, but the foul here will be the first of this second half for Lone Peak, and Layton Christian will have it on the baseline. Foul here. This is on the floor. Layton Christian would have loved the continuation there. Got to wait a few more years for that one. As Solarski will inbound here baseline. Janicic plays out, corner. Boy, that looked good from Omar, just strong off the back of the rim. Lone Peak with the board. Knights on the run. Young with a little spin move, lost it going up. And now the run out by Layton Christian. Up ahead, off the front of the rim. And this will head back to Lone Peak. Boy, tip of your cap to Jaden Young. That's why you never give up on a play. Able to get back and get the possession back here for Lone Peak. Timeout taken, full timeout by Layton Christian. We'll step aside and be back here on KSL Sports Rewind. Lone Peak basketball. Andrioli gives this right back to Caton off the inbound. Good defense there by Omar. That pass risky. Deflected in the backcourt. 15 on the shot clock. Lone Peak still with time. Brimhall will take this three off the front of the rim. Rebound works its way to Morsevich. Corner three, no, and the rebound is to Brimhall. Here comes Lone Peak. Andrioli working, and a traveling violation here. Going to give it back to Layton Christian. Lone Peak still in that full court here. And a foul called here on Young. Be the third team foul on Lone Peak in this third quarter. Morsevich. It's inbound here, does so to Omar. Right down the lane and scores. Omar's big third quarter continues. He's got to have at least 6. I want to say he might have 8 points here in the third alone. Oh, look out. Here's Hughes, other end. What a soft touch of the rim by Jaden Hughes. Love that take there for the 6'5 senior. And now Solarski. He goes right to the rim. That shot won't go. Gets his own miss. And the putback. Gabe Solarski, the senior, with the bucket there for the Eagles. Here's Saxon Young working for Hughes. Couldn't handle it on the floor. And Hughes was there, but a kicking violation will give it here to Layton Christian. Substitution is Crew Fotheringham going to come back on the floor for Lone Peak. Isabayev checking in here for Layton Christian. Omar works over. Yes, sir. Abdashev there with the bucket for Layton Christian to push it back to a 16-point lead here with 3.5 to play in the third. Baseline three won't go. Kept here, kicked out. 3 from Caton, no. And the rebound is to Solarski. A little fancy there. Couldn't get that pass to Abdashev. Young with a nice little fake and gets fouled here on the attempt. It'll be Saxon Young now to the free throw line. To take 2. Really love the effort from Saxon Young. He's been gritty here tonight, as that free throw wouldn't go down for him. I'll have a second here. But man, he is all over. Very active defensively, offensively as well. Coach Izzy teams, man, they like to play fast. They like to score. Scoring's been a challenge tonight. Some tough shooting on the opening night. They will get that resolved, have no doubt. A lot of talent and a lot of length on the floor for Lone Peak. Oh, nice defensive help there. The steal and the finish there from Andrioli. 14-point game. Layton Christian coming right back up. Man, Solarski takes it to the lane, scores it and the foul, and it will be Gabe Solarski with a chance here to three-point play. The foul was called on Fotheringham, I believe. It's the 4th team foul on Lone Peak in this third quarter. Gabe Solarski. We talk about this third quarter for Omar Malafak, but how about the third quarter for Gabe Solarski as well? As his free throw good. 3-point play there for Gabe. I think what's impressed me about Layton Christian tonight is they've done it in every aspect on the offensive end. At the rim, seen some fast breaks. Hit a couple threes tonight. This is a really, really talented team for Coach Casey Stanley. Both these two teams will participate down at the my apologies, foul there going to be called on Layton Christian. This will send Fotheringham here to the free throw line. As the first one rims out. But the 5 for the Fight National Hoop Fest next week at Pleasant Grove High School. Both these two teams will be there. A chance for them to take on teams from other areas of the country, as well as some local teams. So some good games coming up. Of course, Layton Christian will have a couple more games for Layton Christian the first week of December. Corner Canyon and Orem will both be playing up here. We'll have both those games for you here on KSLSports.com as that 15-footer won't go, and a foul called here on Lone Peak. Called for the hold. And this will be free throws now for Dalgard with just over 2 to play here in the third. Of course, we mentioned upcoming games we'll have for Layton Christian. We'll have every Lone Peak game for you. Excited to have Lone Peak back on the Rewind Sports Network this season. What will be another very challenging year in that Region 3. Couple misses there for Dalgard at the line. Here's Fotheringham, and contact up top. Nice job by Crew, kind of buying that aggressive hand check there from Zabuda. Be the 4th team foul on Layton Christian. Omar going to check back in here for the Eagles. Here's Hughes. Broadhead is Fotheringham trying to establish himself in the paint. And that one taken away, Dalgard with the steal. Used right to the rim, no, fouled on the play. And Dalgard will go right back to the free throw line here for Layton Christian. Two coming up here for Eust. One of those where, man, good shooter. We've seen him score. Just a couple here he'd love to have another opportunity at. He'll get a second free throw here. And a lane violation. Well, at least he saw it go in, right? That'll help the psyche, but the lane violation will take that one off the board. Coach Stanley not too pleased with that. Lone Peak hasn't been able to chip into this deficit. See if they can here. Brimhall, he'll pull, 17-footer, no. And it will head back to Layton Christian. Pressure here by Lone Peak. The Eagles able to beat it. That deflected out by Young. It'll stay here. Just over a minute to go here in our third. Another substitution for the Eagles is Janicic back on here. Solarski. Kicks out. Omar traveled with it. Those feet bounced. Could see that one. Good call there by the official. Inside a minute to go. It's back to Lone Peak basketball. been stuck on this score here for the last couple of game minutes. Another team been able to take advantage of opportunities. And we've got a timeout here taken. With a minute to play, we'll be back. Third quarter here from Layton Christian High School. Welcome back to Layton Christian Academy. See, ruts, man, they're not good. They're not good. Got to stay on your toes. Layton Christian Academy, inside a minute to go here in our third quarter. Young, double team there, contact. And it will be Omar here on the run out. Some handles, plays over Solarski, that's Dalgard with the patience. Let the defender fly by and score it. 3-second differential, game clock, shot clock here, end of the third. Fotheringham trying to drive, had a lane. Came off the rim, but draws the contact. It'll be Crew Fotheringham here heading back to the line for Lone Peak. Of course, want to remind you, Rewind Sports Network, we will have games, basketball games, multiple every week. And when we say multiple, not like 2 or 3, dozens. From here until state championships, we're going to bring you a ton of basketballs. Fotheringham good on the first. We'll have one more here. In fact, we've got games the rest of this week right here on KSLSports.com as Fotheringham good on the second. 2 for 2 there for Crew. Final 12 seconds of the third. Right back, Solarski, no. Came off the front of the rim. Here comes Lone Peak on the run. Fotheringham feeding inside to Hughes. Little reverse is up and good. And that's how the third quarter ends. 46-32, Layton Christian with a double-digit lead as we head to the fourth quarter next here on KSL Sports Rewind. Start of our fourth, 46-32. Lone Peak will start with the basketball, see if the Knights can pull off the comeback. This Layton Christian offense has been extremely efficient. The defense has been in your teeth good for the Eagles. They've been great on the interior. I mean, right now Broadhead's trying to post up. It's a struggle. Young able to hit the three there for Lone Peak, and it's an 11-point game. That'll help. The Knights got to get some defensive stops. Layton Christian has been really good offensively. Solarski sends out Omar, his three. No. A rebound to Brimhall. Here's Crew. Gives to Hughes. Jaden able to keep that foot there. He'll work left side. Kick to Brimhall. His drive. Back to Jaden. He'll try the three. Look out. Back-to-back threes for Lone Peak, has an 8-point game, closest they've been since the first quarter, I believe. That defense, still a little extended zone. And we've got a foul called inside here. No, this is going to be on Brimhall on the outside, my apologies. First team foul on Lone Peak in this fourth quarter. Solarski, back to Dalgard. Nice little 12-foot turnaround by Solarski. Really good patience there offensively for Layton Christian. Great movement without the basketball by Gabe Solarski. So kind of get that zone pulled up, find that soft spot on the baseline. Here's Hughes. Shot clock down to 10. Jaden sends out. Broadhead, no. And Brimhall couldn't reel it in. And a foul called on Lone Peak. This will be on Brimhall, his Well, the second team foul on Lone Peak. Solarski, baseline, kicks out, Dalgard. Extra pass, open look for Morisevich. Matias with the open three, he hits it. And the lead push right back up, now at 13. Young around that broadhead screen, he'll take the three and hit it. And Saxon Young, he is down. Boy, cramp. He took that three and he went right to the floor and was called to the bench. First game, we talk about how hard he plays and runs. As you see them stretching him out here, 5:15 to go in the fourth quarter. And right now, I mean, as they get this kind of worked out, they'll have to bring someone else in, at least momentarily, for Saxon. We talk about the energy he brings. That'll be interesting to see how this Layton Christian team may attack that. They're still working on Saxon here, that left calf. We teased it earlier. We'll talk about our schedule, as I don't think we'll be away from the game for too long here. Alta at West Jordan. We'll have Park City Copper Hills later this week. How about the brand new gym? Yeah, we got a brand new gym opening. We will be there for you christen a ship, right? We're going to be the home of the Pirates. Fremont at Cypress Friday night. The first game in the brand new Cypress High School. We'll have that game for you live Friday night. Also Viewmont, Layton, and Cedar Valley Lone Peak on the girls' side. That Cedar Valley Lone Peak game. Lots of basketball for you this year on the Rewind Sports Network. Excited to be able to bring it to you as Saxon Young over to the bench, continuing to try to get that muscle relaxed, get some hydration as well. Coach Engel helping get the floor there taken care of. Ten-point game as we approach the 5-minute mark. And defense here for Lone Peak. They'll switch. Solarski, boy, just a quick step, got the angle. Able to get right to the rim and score. Crew. Works to Hughes, Jaden. Gives to Broadhead, this is a long two, that one good. Camden Broadhead with a 19-foot jumper there for Lone Peak. Called 18 for good measure. Solarski. He'll now drive, hang, wouldn't go, gets his own miss, and fouled inside. Gabe Solarski will head to the free throw line here to take a pair as he continues to be super aggressive for this Layton Christian offense. Boy, I love what this senior has brought tonight. He and Omar have been spectacular for Coach Stanley's group. As we're near the midway point, Solarski good on the first. Saxon Young checking back in for Lone Peak, as does Cole Caton. Broadhead and Andrioli going to get rests here. Second free throw here for Gabe. Yes. And now Nisabayev checking in here for Layton Christian. The Eagles here with a little full-court pressure of their own. Fotheringham gives to Hughes. That shot just off the mark, batted up. Fotheringham, second attempt is up and scored. And one opportunity for Crew Fotheringham. Has got the offensive board, and she has to pull to within single digits here. That was the 5th foul here. My apologies. So teams will huddle here. Just the first team foul on Layton Christian in this 4th quarter. Still a couple fouls to give here. I think there was some confusion. I think Isabayev is fouled out as he comes to the bench. He don't know that he quite realized that was his 5th. So just the one free throw here. Officials there clarifying as Fotheringham made the bucket and makes the 3-point play. 9-point ball game. Marcevich across the timeline, that pass too tall, out of play in the Lone Peak defense. That pressure, it's created 3 or 4 turnovers tonight. Now the Eagles here are going to exert a little pressure on Lone Peak. Here's Crew. Little 10-foot fade away. Fotheringham, the junior, he's starting to heat up. They pulled it back to within 7. And a timeout taken. 3:19 to go. Timeout. We'll be back here at Layton Christian Academy. Welcome back. Lone Peak trying to put on the comeback. Trailed by, I can't remember if it got to 20 or not. I know it got to 18. They've got it down to 7. Inbounded to Morasevich. That double team coming over. That just kept. And a foul given here. Boy, Nicola just able to keep possession of that basketball as it was a half step behind him. His foul here. That's the 4th team foul on Lone Peak. So any foul on Lone Peak rest of the game will be 2 free throws for Layton Christian. Solarski gets the switch. Omar trying to post up. And a foul inside on Brimhall as it was Omar. Remember, he had that 3rd quarter burst, and that is the 5th team foul. So it will be Omar Moafak here to the line, and he'll be taking a pair for the Eagles. Trying to push it back up to 9. One more here for Omar. Makes them both. Substitution. Zabuda back on the floor for Layton Christian. Here's Fotheringham across the timeline. Boy, tough defense. And Fotheringham just able to maintain a timeout taken here by Coach Engel. As once again, Used Dalgard feisty for this Layton Christian defense, forcing the Lone Peak timeout.
with it.
Lone Peak basketball. Caton. Trying to drive here. We'll send it across. Young from the corner. No. Loose ball picked up by Omar. Double team is there. And a foul given will walk down. And it will be Omar taking another pair of free throws here for Layton Christian. Boy, Young still, he heads to the bench. He's hobbling a little bit. We saw that cramp. Knew it was severe. He's trying to get a band to continue to be able to stretch that out. As on the other end of the floor, Omar able to rattle the first in. Pushes it back to double digits. He's got one more. Able to make them both. Well, you'd love to see a big man who plays physical in the paint, but he can also make free throws. Going to be a great player for Coach Stanley and Layton Christian this season. Here's Fotheringham. Defended by Dalgard. And a foul up top here given by Just. Young here to inbound for Lone Peak. Oh, good hands. Head on a swivel there by Solarski, able to knock that out. As we approach the 2-minute mark here at Layton Christian Academy. Fotheringham in the paint, fade away, tough shot. And Crew, it's a couple shots early. Boy, he has really found his rhythm here in this second half. Back to single digits, Solarski terminates. Works over, Omar will try the three. No, he knew that was short immediately, picked up by Fotheringham. Lone Peak on the run. Here comes Saxon, up ahead. The alley-oop to Jaden Hughes. It's a 7-point ball game. 90 seconds left, and an offensive foul. Saxon Young to the spot. It's Lone Peak basketball. Here's Caton. Solarski defending. Hands to Young. Saxon, left hand finish. 2-possession game. Boy, got to be impressed with the way Lone Peak has hung in this game and have fought back. This one felt over. That one taken away by Caton. Oh, just skipped across the rim, and a loose ball foul will head down, and it'll be free throws here for Solarski. Boy, that would have been a huge play for Lone Peak. Could have made it a 1-possession game. Boy, and you saw Caton kind of clap his hands like, oh, man. He'd love another chance at that one. And now it will be Gabe Solarski walking back to the line here. 2 free throws for Layton Christian. Trying to push this back to 2 possession, or to 3 possession, I should say. Officials here having a quick conversation, I think clarifying who should be shooting. I thought it was Solarski as well, but they seem to be on the same page. Ooh, That one rattled out for Gabe. One more here. A game that looked like it was in control, and now both teams going to get some early season experience on trying to close out. As Solarski able to get that one to go in. It's a 6-point contest, and the timeout taken here by Layton Christian. Timeout, Eagles will be back. Lone Peak basketball after this. Lone Peak basketball. 6-point game. 3 team fouls for Layton Christian. Here's Hughes, high post, hands to Fotheringham, double team coming. Fotheringham terminated, works to Caton. He'll drive baseline, trying to go up against Solarski, left it short, that out of bounds. It'll stay here with Lone Peak, 53 seconds left. You saw the length there of Gabe Solarski. Stay vertical, make that a really tough shot. Fotheringham gives back. Clock moving here. Young trying the 3. And Layton Christian, I think it was Dalgard who might have gotten a hand on it. And this out of play. Did we get a timeout taken? Yeah, we did. Coach Stanley able to call the timeout. Help his player out. Timeout, Layton Christian. It'll be Eagle basketball when we come back with 6-point lead. Layton Christian to inbound. Question here. Where that ball should be inbounded. I think we're going to stay there. And that'll be the ruling. Dalgard to throw in. That one nearly taken away. Somehow found his way through to Morisevich. And Layton Christian here trying to take time off the clock. Omar is going to be fouled, and he'll head to the line. 37 seconds left. 2 free throws here for the Eagles. First one good. Second one good. Lead pushed back to 8. Here's Fotheringham on the run. Lone Peak got to hurry. Crew, little spin move, gets to the rack, scores it. Timeout, Lone Peak, 29 seconds left. We'll be back as 2-possession game here with 30 seconds to play. Inbound, again, 5 fouls for Lone Peak. So any foul by the Knights and its free throws. There it's given by Fotheringham, and it will be Dalgard walking down here to take it. He'll have a pair. Obviously, shot clock turned off for the remainder of the contest, at least unless this goes to overtime. First free throw here for Hughes Dalgard. Short. Second free throw. Rimmed out. Young with the board, still 2-possession game. Here comes Saxon. Saxon down the lane, left-hand finish. No, tapped up, won't go. And a loose ball foul will walk down, and Dalgard will take 2 more. Boy, Lone Peak, a couple of opportunities in this one. You think about some of those baseline shots they had. That one as well, and you could tell the moment that left Saxon's hand, it was going to come off target as he runs back over to continue to use that band to try to stretch out that calf. It certainly affected him on the floor. Is the first free throw there by Dalgard pure. It's back to 3 possessions here with 20 seconds to play. Now Caton gonna check in here for Coach Engel. kind of confused here. Coach Engel was saying that he took a timeout, but no one seemed to recognize the timeout. Even the official on the baseline was confused, but the one top side is like, yeah, we got a timeout. Timeout. So we will take a quick break, be back, second free throw after this. Second free throw here for Dalgard. Rammed out. Young flying in for the board and a foul given in the backcourt. They had one to give. I actually like that foul. Kind of takes Young away from the run there and bring Lone Peak back. Layton Christian here going to pick up at the half, though. Fotheringham down the lane, swatted away by Dalgard, but a foul called. And Crew Fotheringham now will head to the free throw line to take a pair. Got to make these free throws for Lone Peak to have any hope. I'm looking. There is a 31 on the roster for Lone Peak. It's not Reggie Miller. It's Logan Smith. Haven't seen him in the contest yet. Is Fotheringham good on the first? Got to make this one. Both teams now at 5 fouls. As Andrioli to the table here. He will check in for Fotheringham should he make it. And he will. Substitution for Layton Christian as well. Nikola Janicic checking back in. Foul given in the backcourt. It will be Solarski going back to the free throw line. As Fotheringham will come back on the floor here for Lone Peak. After the first free throw, I should say. Just a second coming off the clock in that entire sequence. First one good for Solarski. He and Omar, those have been the two guys for me for Layton Christian that have really been impressive tonight. Dalgard's been great. They've had good support around him, including Zabuda, Morsevich, Isabayev, but man, those two tonight have been fantastic as that one won't go. Young coming in, has the ball. 6-point game. Young gets around right to the rim. That one came off the front of the rim. He is still just fighting those cramps. And boy, look out. Officials here are going to come together and talk, I believe. Both teams going to go to their tables, and both coaches with a petition. We'll see what the call will be here. This will be interesting. Could see this go in a couple different directions. I'm not going to speculate because typically I'm wrong when I do that. And then Vince Francis goes and makes videos and makes me look like an even bigger idiot. So Conversation here with the coaches to clarify. Could have a significant outcome in it. Well, I guess 5 seconds left, 2 possession. Probably won't have much impact on the game. And I think that Coach Stanley feeling okay with the call. And it is going to be free throws here for Layton Christian. So Omar to the line here, having a pair. I'm guessing here they just called the common foul. So lanes are full here for Lone Peak. 5 seconds to go. I mentioned this was a double-digit difference for the majority of this game. Layton Christian established that 10-point lead in the first, really kind of built it up, got at least 17. Lone Peak got to within 5, had an opportunity to get to 3. Missed the shot and have been kind of in this 6 range ever since. As Omar makes the first, he's got one more. Gotta love the fight back if you're Lone Peak, but one where, boy, if you don't get in that early deficit, you probably walk out of here with a win. Good learning opportunity for this team. And Coach Izzy Engel, his first year, there's a lot of learning, new systems, new structures. Substitutions here for Layton Christian. The Eagles going to take care of business here on their home floor in our season opener. 66-58 your score. And they started the clock there a little early. We'll reset it here. And we'll have these two games, or these two teams on KSL Sports Rewind in the not too far distant future. Young will pick it up. Final seconds, he'll take the 3 off the mark. That will do it. 66-58 your final score. Layton Christian with the victory over Lone Peak. An impressive showing for both these two teams. Again, Layton Christian, the way they came out, held on, especially during that Lone Peak comeback. Valiant efforts. We talked about the games tonight from Omar and Gabe Solarski for Layton Christian. Really impressive tonight. Saxon Young leading the point for Lone Peak. And the second half by Crew Fotheringham, when he found his shot, he showed you, just a junior, he's going to be a problem in 6A, not only this year, but in the year to come. 66-58 your final score. Layton Christian over Lone Peak. Thank you so much for joining us here on our Game of the Week. Reminder, we'll have games for you the rest of the week and all year long right here on KSLSports.com. For Vince Francis, Brad Searle, my name is Dane Stewart. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on KSL Sports.